from Japan. Love to see all the different nations absolutely killing it. Next up for the men, it's gonna be Souvent Martin going for a switch double 14. Oh my goodness.
Now we're live.
Okay, I have to excuse, we had some trouble to reaching the signal for the live stream, but we are on now, well and truly on the way. Very, very sorry for all of you in the stream who were waiting for that stream to start. We already had some banger runs, and I think we're gonna have a little look at the ranking in a little bit, but next up we're gonna switch it to the women. So today, as a little explanation, we have women's final. So we're gonna go straight into the final for the women because we are very much behind the schedule that we had in plan. So straight into finals for the women, and the men will have the qualification. So it's gonna be a 2-run format for the women and the men, but we're gonna have the final results after qualification. Like I said, it's not qualification for the women. It is straight into the final, but still qualification for the men. Here we go. From Ukraine, we have Maria Anichin. I hope I spelled that correctly. I'm very sorry if not. Dropping in for her first run, going for a misty 720 with the mute grab. Look at that. Pulling it down, putting it down on that first run. Very nicely executed with the mute grab. Love to see it. Perfect Misty 720 right there. And we're gonna switch it over to the men's. Once again, we're gonna have from Canada, Jacob Durepot getting ready for his first run of today. Currently sitting in first place, by the way. We have a Canadian as well, Remy Asselin from Canada, sitting in first place with an 82 even. Tightly followed by Henry Townshend from the United States and Henry Silderu currently sitting in third place. Okay, that is your top 3 of the current state of the competition. Next up we have Jacob Durepot from Canada on course right now. Dropping in forwards. Going for a left side rotation, left side double cork 1620, puts it down. No problem for Jacob right there. Absolutely putting it down. Wow. And I'm being joined right now by my co-host. Good morning. Guten Morgen, Alessia.
Guten Morgen, Jonas. I'm sorry, everyone watching from home. Bit of delay for some organizational things to finish up, but I'm so happy we are on course. So super stoked to see these guys riding today and trying to do their best during this last day of Junior World Championship here in Mortellino Livigno. I'm really thankful, guys, for the effort they're putting in and the struggle to make it work and get the name of Junior World Championship for the season. Okay, I'll let you move on. We've got a
next up
lady,
we have
Connie
I
Smith.
think Connie Smith, yes.
From France.
Once again, dropping in for her first run of 2. Going for the small jump. Oh, left side. Ooh, I think she was looking for the left side cork 900. But unfortunately, couldn't get that rotation around properly. So she has to wait for that second round of the day. And as I said before, this is going to be the final result for the women. So there's not going to be a second round for the women. Well, there's going to be a second round, obviously, but no official final. Actually, this is the official final. But for the men, it's the qualification. And next up, Antoni Kukier from Poland, going for his first run of 2, going for a switch bio 900. I believe he was caught on that takeoff a little bit sketchy. I'm not quite sure what that, if he was looking for the double 12 or that was just a safety run. I'm not 100% sure. In any case, he was still riding out of it smoothly. Love to see it. Next up for the ladies, once again, we have
Marley Levitt from USA.
Exactly, from the United States of America, run number 1, going for a left side 720. Tries to squeeze it around at the end right there. Oh, that was a close one. I thought she was going for the 540, but then right at the end she was opening up and just increasing her rotation to make that 720, but just a little too less of rotation. Not able to put it down in that first run. Very unfortunate, but we will see her in round number 2. Here we go. Next up for the men's. It's gonna be, I think, from Czech Republic.
It should be then Müller Petr, right?
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
We're just
it's
waiting.
heat number 1, therefore, yeah, it should be Petr Müller from Czech Republic. Have you seen the rose around the area? Because it has been blowing sand from the desert. And
I
that sounds
know,
crazy,
I know.
but
It is very crazy. We have some Sahara dust in the park. Actually, just from an aesthetic point of view, I think it actually looks kind of nice. A little different picture than we are used to. Not just totally white out, but a little bit of brown snow. Looks different. I
Yeah.
kind of like it. Maybe it even helps the riders to like spot the landing a little bit more properly. Well, I guess there's not that much Sahara dust in the landing, of course, but still.
no, it has been painted so
Yeah.
deeply by our Shapers crew.
Shout out to the
With blue
Shapers, by the
colours.
way.
Yeah,
Very tough week for them.
everyone has been doing their best, absolutely, from the organization to the Shapers crew to everyone involved in the comps. Everyone struggling to do their best. We've been really unfortunate, as usually Livigno is known, as you can see from the logo. We have a sun at the end of the name of our brand, and that's because it's usually so sunny and bright. We have had an unfortunate week completely, but whatever.
Here we go. Peter Müller. And we have some Czech fans in the chat already. Shout out to you guys. Oh, Peter going big. Look at that stoke. That body language says it all. Peter going for the left side double cork 14 and blunting it out, reaching for the tip of his tail. Very nicely executed. I loved it. And the judge is definitely going to give him a nice score because he went nice and deep, and we are indeed in a big air competition, so the deeper you go, the more points you will get for sure. And we're going to switch it over to the women. Who do we have next, Alessia?
Guys, I kindly ask you to be patient. We should have we had Livigno Marley. Then we have from Denmark, Kinkat Silje from Denmark.
Here we go. Do we have some Danish fans in the chat? I would love
They
to
are
see
live.
them.
I guess they are live close to the slope as well.
Oh,
close to
that
the
is
park.
so
Yeah.
nice to see. Celia going for a left side 720, and she's
Yeah.
stoked on that one. Look at that. Hands to the sky, which means she is stoked on that one, and I am stoked for her as well. As I said before, the conditions are quite difficult. I would say definitely a doable situation right there. And the wind maybe look very harsh right now, but let's take a look at the next rider.
From Austria, David Bauer.
David going for his first run, going for a switch. Oh, that was it. I don't even know what that axis was. That looked like a little bit of a Henrik Harlau axis. I'm going to call it a bio axis for now. Switch bio 1080 for his first run. Very nicely executed for sure. And we're gonna switch it over to the women once again.
From Netherlands, Van Hessen Zoe getting ready to drop in.
Let's go, Zoe Van Essen. Davos local, actually. She lives in Davos currently. So let's see what Zoe has in store for us today. I talked to her yesterday in dinner. She's going for a safety run, left side 360 with the mute grab, putting it down nice and easy. And I think her goal for today is just to land her runs, which is definitely a very good goal in my opinion.
Oh, that's an image we wanted.
Yeah, love
that's
to see
amazing.
Competitors hugging each other,
Yeah.
just sharing the stoke of putting something down.
Yeah, I love it. Now from Norway, Jonas Larsen on course.
Here we go, Jonas Larsen on course for his first run, going left side. Double cork 1260, very nicely done.
Nice.
Going for that tail grab as well. Looked a little bit Tindy-ish to me, so not quite grabbing that tail, but still putting it down very nicely, no problem in the landing, and that is the most important thing. And next up
from Italy,
Oh, yeah.
Gaslitter Maria. Come on, Maria, show us a good run. Come on, do your best. Forza Maria.
Maria Gaslitter from Italy, second Italian girl actually, dropping in right now, going for the small jump, looking to get as much speed as possible, going for a left side 720 with the safety grab, and she puts it down nice and easy. Very, very good run for Maria actually.
Yeah.
And I think it is a good choice for her to go over the small jump because she had some nice amplitude on that one, and that is what the judges are looking for. And as I said before, the wind looks harsh, but on that first jump I talked to the riders and it is not too bad on that first jump. The wind, it doesn't matter if there's a lot of wind or not, they still have the speed that they need. Next up from Switzerland, Aurelia Kube. Let's go, Maggie, come on. First run for the young Swiss rider, going right side, double 14 with the safety grab and going all the way down to the last line of the landing. Look at that. Wow. Proud of you, my G. Putting it down. Oh, yeah.
That was looking nice. That was really
Very nicely
looking
done.
really nice. From home watching, well, it might have been a hell of a show because that was good.
That was perfect.
Now, we are moving on to France with Lewis Emily.
All right.
Getting ready to drop her first run.
Wishing her the best of luck and, most importantly, a lot of fun, because that is, in my opinion, that is the most important thing of our sport. Having fun at all times. Here we go. Emily Lewis from France dropping in, choosing the smaller jump, going for a left side misty 720, going deep on that one. Maybe a little bit too deep. Couldn't quite hold on to that landing. A little butt check in the landing. Quite unfortunate, but I mean, she put that one almost down, so if she slows down a little bit in that second run, she will definitely put it down nice and clean and will receive a nice score as well.
Now we have Severi Silvander from Finland getting ready.
I believe we also have some Finnish fans in the chat, as I remember from the last couple competitions, going for a left side rotation, left side double cork 1260, lands it nice and proper. I think he was looking for a tail grab at the beginning there, unfortunately missing out on that one a little bit, then still holding on to that safety grab. So actually, nice recovery right there. And just to be completely honest, I think that was not his perfect run. So he still has another chance, and let's see if we see a perfect run from this lady right here.
Now we got on course Fallen Estrid from Sweden.
She's going for a left side 360. Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow, that was stylish as well. Fully controlled left side 360 with the uncrossed tail grab. Perfectly done right there.
Would you reckon it was closer to a safety run, or was it just to make me understand and make someone else I don't understand? If everyone is professional, then guys, I am sorry if you're watching live, but I just needed to understand.
It's kind of hard to tell because I didn't really see all of the practice runs, and I don't really know all of the riders personally.
Okay.
But I would say for her, probably that was a safety run, so she's just looking to put something down in her first run, which totally makes sense in my opinion. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen with this competition, so maybe just stay safe, try to put something down, and that was maybe her goal. Oh, Harri Tammemagi!
From Estonia.
Even getting some extra flavor with the rail in the start, going left side double 12 with the safety. I wonder if the judges will put that into consideration, because he was going for that rail right there, even though we are in a big air competition. Look at that. Getting creative, showing us that he loves skiing as much as he can.
Yeah, I didn't mean to just underestimate the effort of the athlete from France before. I just wanted to make to try and understand better, even for those who are not really deeply into the sport. Now on to Dean Gabrielle from Canada.
Here we go for her first run, going for a left side 540 with the lead safety grab, putting it down. Very nicely done from Gabrielle. Once again, putting that first run down is a very nice feeling for all the athletes. I can relate to that one very much so. Takes off a lot of the pressure for that second run. You can just send it in that second run and go for the heaviest trick you have in store. And next up for the men, who do we have?
We have from Czech Republic, Kula Jakob.
All
Ready.
right.
Here we go.
Jakub dropping in. Jakub Gula from Czech, going for his first run, going left side, double cork 10, putting it down, landing on the last line right there, going deep. And that was a very, very nice run right there.
It was.
Maybe not the most technical trick right there. Just going for a double 1080. Still very nicely done for sure. Maybe he's gonna up the ante and go for a 12 or 14 in his second run. Next up.
Next up, back to Estonia with Reivjärvi Miriam.
Miriam on course for her first run. Going for a left side rotation, left side, corked 720 with the safety grab, putting it down, no problem, easy, steezy. That's what we love to see.
That was a good one. I'm pretty stoked that they can manage to close the tricks, and apparently today the amount of snow we had, the fresh snow we had on the qualis in snowboarding
Very
is not
difficult.
there yet. They made it much more difficult, and
Yeah.
today it seems like the landing wasn't as good as it should have been, so we've had a few slide or slips or whatever, however you want to say that, but we can see today they are able to end the tricks perfectly.
For sure. And next up from Estonia, once again, we have Sten Forsman. Going for a left side rotation, left side. Ooh, left side cork 720 with the afterbang. And if I'm not mistaken, he was going for a uncrossed tail grab and then crossing it mid-air. I haven't seen that one before. Looks very nice right there. And I also have to say, I'm very glad to see that all the riders are putting down their runs. Like, we haven't seen that many not landed runs, which is a sign that the course is running as good as possible. Of course, a little bit of sunshine would be nice right about now, but still, even though we have a lot of wind going on, the competition is running very smoothly so far. I am very, very stoked to see that.
Next on course, we need to find out if they're sisters or not. Maybe there's someone from
we
Estonia
have
watching. And if you can let us know from Estonia. Now we have Reivjärvi and Simona getting ready to drop in. And maybe they share the same surname without being sister,
related.
actually.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat, actually. I'm very curious as well.
If you're watching from Estonia, please let us know if these are sisters. Anyway.
It must be nice, actually. I wonder how it is feeling to be, like, as siblings, to be in World Junior Championship. Must be very nice, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we go. Simona Revjagin from Estonia for her first run, going left side. Left side, 360, holding on to it. Getting a little bit blown over by the wind, maybe. Going for a left side 360 with the mute grab, holding on to it. Very nice to see that she was still able to put that one down. A little bit of a forward landing, leaning forward, but still holding on to it. Next up from Austria, we have Marco Klötzel. Let's go, Marco. Come on, bro. Show me what you got. First run, going left side. Oh, left side double 12, tries to steeze it out. A little too much right there. Just chilling too much in the air, which ended up for him with a not landed run. Unfortunate for him, but still very nice and stylish in any case, for sure. He has another run, another chance to put something down, and that is very nice to see. I am looking forward to that second run of the Steez machine from from Austria.
Yeah, it definitely. Now we should have, I think we have a DNS, because I see a bib number 19, and that is from Krumme Avery from Canada. I don't see the other Estonian girl getting ready.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess we don't have the radios this morning. Sorry, guys. But yeah, with number 19, yeah, therefore it's Krumme Avery from Canada.
Okay, and so this is the last girl for the first round. Avery Krumme from Canada, our last girl of today. Waiting for her focus to get there. Going through the motions of her trick. Let's see what she has for us today. Avery on course, dropping in switch. Going for a switch left side rotation. Switch left side. Oh, what? Going insanely huge right there. Oh my goodness.
That was tough, huh?
That was very tough. I think she just caught a heavy wind gust right there. And that would have been a switch bio 14 if she would have been able to put that one down. But obviously she just went too deep right there, getting pushed by the wind very much down the landing. I hope she's all right.
Yeah, no worries, guys. As you see on the side of the course, there's a doctor getting ready immediately if there's the need. But
sure.
I'm pretty sure it's just taking a minute for her to just stand up again. We've said that so many times. It takes a while for the adrenaline to get down your body, and then you go back up once again. So I'm pretty sure everything is fine. I think there's a coach sliding down to see if she's doing fine, or. And I also saw some other medical staff at the bottom of the jump.
We have the medical staff right there down at the landing.
Yeah.
So no worries for Avery. She's gonna be attended by the medical staff.
Now that we had an overview on the course and on the first ski curve, you see how steep that is. I think you as a professional rider have been appreciating the course and how the run was made. The run into the jump?
Yeah, for sure. That? Like the in-run. I would say that is probably a little bit more difficult, but actually, like, if you have a steep in-run, as for that first jump, it is good because you almost certainly always have the speed to get over it. And Avery, of course, showing us that you definitely have plenty of speed today. But as you said as well, we have these steep landings here in Motolino Snow Park, which is absolutely perfect for us freestylers. And definitely our backs are going to be very thankful for steep landings like these.
Yeah,
and here you see Avery, she is definitely fine.
Being attended by our medical staff right away.
Love to see it. And actually I have to shout out Avery, she absolutely sent it on that first run. I think she was going for a 1080, but then just going so deep down that landing that she almost had that 14, and I believe that would have been a first for her, of course. I hope she was able to put that second run as well. And I think we're gonna start it off once again. Oh no, we're back to the men.
Luka Kovaris from Croatia.
Here we go. On course, Luka going for a left side rotation, left side double cork 1080, putting it down, going deep as well. Able to hold on to the landing, going very deep right now. I think we have some headwind, some wind from behind, so the speed definitely not an issue for anybody, which is actually good, but I hope that all the riders are able to feel out that speed and actually manage to not overshoot the jump, because that is definitely not what you're looking for. Avery definitely was lucky right there, but all these athletes have amazing air awareness, and I think the next athlete also has amazing air awareness. Who is it?
Now we're back on course with the ladies for run number 2. We're gonna see Flora Tabanelli on course. She did an amazing first run and she's ready to drop in with the second one. She might go for a safety one, but she's an athlete. She is representing the Livigno team. She's had an amazing winter season, and now let's see what she has for us here in Livigno. I'm pretty sure there might be people around shouting and supporting her and cheering for her. So go, Flora, vai, facci vedere. Come on.
If I'm not mistaken, Flora Tabanelli went for a beautiful double cork 1080 in her first run, which is probably, I don't have the official ranking next to me, but I think she is in number 1 right now. Here we go, Flora Tabanelli dropping in. Is she gonna go for another one? She's going for a double 12! And she puts it down. What a boss move from Flora right there. Oh my God.
She really wants
She's a boss. And she wants that first place for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And if you meet her in person, she's quite a shy person, very taking it easy, but then she becomes a lioness on course. Yeah,
she is very hyped right there. Oh my God, going for that left side double cork 1260, even though she's already in first place with a very, very solid score. So she wants to secure that first place. And next up for the men.
From Poland, we have Gazienka, Klerik, and Radoslav.
All right, Radoslav going for his first run of 2, going for a left side. 720, opens up that rotation, stopping it in the air and putting that 720 down nice and easy. And once again, I'm very glad to see that all the girls and the boys are making the best of today. And here we go. Next up,
we're ready
Germany,
for our Germany supporters for Muriel Moore. She's the gold medal for the slopestyle. And I've seen so many people supporting her in the live stream and as well as on social medias. She's been behaving really well. So let's see what she has for us for this second run, what she can make out of this.
She already had a very nice run. Went for that switch bio 900 with the tail grab, locking in that tail grab very nicely. I really wonder what she is gonna go for right now in her second run. Is she gonna try and battle it out with Flora? I really would like to see that actually. A little bit of a fight between, a little action, but like a friendly fight in between Muriel and Flora. Here we go. We're gonna see what is gonna happen in a little bit. Is she gonna go for a harder trick? Going switch once again, going switch. Left side. Yes, she's going for it. Switch. Whoa!
That's a good one.
Switch bio 1260 for Muriel Moore. And I am not actually sure if she actually was going for that. I think she was going for a 1080, but then...
Is she understanding what she just did? Because
I think that was a first for her.
She's just looking around and not really making sure that she really...
super surprised. Look at that landing as well. Oh my God.
Was it me on course or not? Like, amazing.
That's gonna be very nice to see. I wonder what the judges are gonna make of that. Because she landed it pretty nice. The only thing I could deduct, in my opinion, was that she didn't get a very clean tail grab right there, but she still got it. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Next up from Italy.
Rio Sherlin, come on Rio.
Here we go, Rio for his first run going right side, cork 1080, whipping it around at the end right there. With the tail grab as well, and I have to say, a single cork 1080, to get a clean one is super hard because the amount of flip rotation is super hard to like get that dialed in and make it work. But Rio putting that one down with ease right there. Next up for the women.
Now back to USA, Andrews Eleanor.
There we go, Eleanor going for her second run, going left side cork 900, and she puts it down with the mute grab as well, locking it in, putting it down with ease right there. Look at that. Eleanor is stoked for Muriel. I love to see that all the girls are appreciating that progression that is going down today. And we are in a junior competition right now. And I am insanely impressed by Muriel and as well by Flora, actually by all the girls and the boys. The conditions are super tough and they're still trying to put down their best runs. And Muriel, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the first time that she put that 1260 down.
Well, we might ask her later and have a look at maybe her social medias to find out if she's got something to declare on that.
Oh yeah,
but I'm
for
pretty
sure.
sure that... Is anyone, as we have so many followers on live stream for Muriel, is anyone able to tell us if that was her first one or confirm what Jonas has been saying? Now back to Australia, Toby McIlwain.
Toby going for a left side rotation, left side cork 900. I think he was just a little bit too slow right there. Was looking for a little bit more maybe, but I'm not 100% certain. Maybe he was just looking for a safe run. And once again, I have to say it is very difficult today because we have very variable wind conditions. Like the wind is changing every now and then. As you see on the flags right now, we have a lot of wind blowing from the right side, which is actually not too bad from the side, of course, but still it is very uncomfortable. I can relate to that, of course.
And now he's ready to drop in from USA, Catherine Gray.
Here we go for her second run. What's it gonna be?
We might need to stop a second.
Yeah, I think it is
from what we can hear,
too hard right now.
From the announcer cabin. I wanted to just get back to the people asking on live chat if we have the big air finals. Unfortunately, we're not able to confirm that as we need to have still the Freeski qualification, which are going to be the result for these finals as well. So we're not gonna make them today. So snowboarding big air finals, I don't think they're gonna happen. We're gonna keep the result.
For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna keep the result of the qualis that we had on Wednesday, Thursday, I'm not sure. And we have a confirmation that the two Estonian girls are sisters.
Oh, love to see it.
Thank you, Kelly, for confirming that.
Shout out to Kelly Silderu, actually. Legend in the sport already. Also one of the most decorated women freeski athletes out there. She is an all-around vehicle. And I think she also had, back in the day, she went for the Junior Worlds and also had some very nice results in the Junior Worlds, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, there's Isabel Hansen.
All right, Isabel
commenting.
Hansen. She's also wondering if that is the first time she did it, but I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Maybe we had some inputs on that. You're so professional, guys, checking in on the details of the jumps.
Yeah, it is nice to see. And also the judges are not having an easy time today because we see a lot of progression from the ladies. Next up, Catherine Gray going for a left side cork 720 with the tail grab.
Give me the other one.
locking it in. Very nicely done on that second run. Super nicely done from Catherine Gray. Left side 720, putting it down nice and easy. Next up from Italy.
By Marco Giovanni Miotto on course.
Here we go, going for a left side. Oh, stylish left side cork 720 with the lead mute grab. Love the style on that one from Giovanni. Putting it down very nicely. And now once again back to the women. We have Kiho Sugawara from Italy going for her second run of today. And as the current standings are in, she is sitting in third place so far. Will she be able to crack into that top spot? Going for a switch right side rotation, switch right side 900, putting it down perfectly right there with the mute grab once again. Nice and locked in. Very, very nicely done from Kiho in her second round. And that is 2 for 2. She put down 2 runs, and I think she can be very proud of herself. Putting 2 runs down, putting actually 2 perfect runs down is always a very nice thing to see. And next up we have Henry Sildaru. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe, if I was not totally mistaken, I think the live stream wasn't on right there, but we're gonna see an insane trick from Henry. I think Henry went for a switch double 18 and actually landed it. A little bit on the miss out on the grab department, but let's see if Henry is gonna go for that switch 18 once again. Dropping in switch, looking for that left spin, going switch left double 14. Okay, toning it down a little bit, making sure that he is locking onto that grab. I think that was a very wise decision right there. Went for the 18 in that first run, couldn't quite get that grab locked in, and now going for the double 14 with a perfect blunt grab. Actually, I think that is gonna give him a very, very nice score. And even now, Henry still has a 74 for his first run, so currently sitting in 6th position. But he's, in my opinion, he's definitely gonna move up on the leaderboard right there. Who's it gonna be in the women's department next?
We're gonna have from Ukraine, Aniki and Maria. Okay, hug to the
Here
coach.
we go. She's getting ready.
Someone needs a punch, someone needs a hug, someone needs...
Yeah, it's always a different routine right there. I love to see all the different...
and feelings and everything. And the emotion most probably.
Oh,
but
yeah. Here we go. Maria on course for a second round. Went for the Misty 7. Going for it again. Misty 720
Wow.
with the mute grab.
Nice
putting
spin.
it down.
She's stoked. She's happy.
Yeah, she's happy for that one. And I think everybody can be happy if they put down something today. As I said so many times before, these wind gusts that are coming in every now and then, they are very intense. And also, I think it is going to be scary to drop in if you don't know if there's going to be a wind gust or not. But these athletes are putting on a show today. I love to see it. And next up from Norway,
we have Skarpnor Theodor dropping in.
here we go. Dropping in for his second run. Looking to improve. Going for a left side. Oh, left side double 14. Going deep down that landing. And I have to check on that replay if that was a nose spotter or not. If he did a pre-180 sliding on his noses. I couldn't quite see it. Let me check. Always better to double check. I don't think that was a nose spotter. That was just a normal left side double 14. But in any case, it was a very, very nicely executed. Well, actually, I think a little deep down the landing, so having a little bit of trouble to hold on to that landing. But still putting it down in round number 2. Love to see it. And here we have the current standings, and Henry Silderud definitely improving a lot right there.
Wow.
With a 93.66 for that perfect switch double 14 with the blunt grab. Definitely a wise strategy right there to tone it down a little bit, but just making sure that he is absolutely perfect in that second run. Very nicely done. Shout out to Henry Silderud putting it down perfectly. All right, next up, we're gonna have a girl dropping in, I think.
Yellow flag. I think it's closed for
Yeah,
a
the
minute.
jump is closed. A little bit too much wind going on right now, as you can see. Very difficult day once again. And you know what it is, I think that's just the weather god that is always looking for the competition days, because it's most of the time, in my experience, on the competition days we always have a little bit of a difficult weather situation. Gotta be lucky sometimes to have that nice weather for sure, but yeah, today definitely not the easiest conditions once again. Weather god is not on our side today, but still we are making the best of it, and I hope that all of you guys are enjoying the stream, no matter the conditions, that what it is all about.
So just in that moment that we are waiting for the wind to calm down, I want to ask, we have 290 people more or less watching us live from wherever in the world. So I think most of you are into the sport, and definitely a lot of you will know that Livigno and Mottolino are about to host the Olympics in 2026. So what we are doing here, I am in charge of marketing here at Mottolino. What we are doing here is trying to make people understand and appreciate the sport to the fullest. But of course, it is really hard to make people who are not freestyle skiers or snowboarders as well, it is really hard to make them understand the level of difficulty that it might be for a rider to stomp one trick or the other. It is hard, definitely. I was asking you during run number 1 of the ladies if one of the athletes was putting down a safety run when I saw a trick that wasn't looking as difficult as the other ones, but I didn't want to underestimate her effort. Therefore, I'm asking, is there anything you guys would suggest us to use? Maybe there's a tutorial or something, or I don't know, or I'm giving an input to someone watching that can explain the rotations, how they take this, the rider takes the speed, or is it something that we might build for better understanding? Because I think once you see the timing, of course, you know, when you're racing in alpine skiing, that you have the timing coming down and you have the feeling of how the competition is done and everything. But for these competitions that are looking extremely amazing, for just by looking at the measure of the jump, is there any kind of explanation of things that, I don't know, maybe taking a jump on a switch side, back side, in front flip or back flip, or I know I'm talking very common language, very basic one, but that's what most of the people need to understand.
I exactly know what you mean, and I think that is definitely a very difficult part to actually get I just call it this way, the normal people that are not into the freestyle scene. They just don't really understand all of these rotations, and it is hard to explain, and also there's a lot of the times it is all about the personal preference. So there might be some riders that prefer the Misty or bio rotation, which is more of a front flip with twist rotation, than the cork rotation, which is a back flip rotation combined with rotation on the own axis. But it is a lot of personal preference. So, and that is also like the beauty of our sport. Everybody has a different preference, so you cannot really explain it properly, I would say. For people that are not into the freestyle sport, I would say the best thing to do is maybe just ask the professionals on Instagram, shoot them a DM, or on YouTube. I believe there are plenty of YouTubers actually that are providing a lot of nice tutorials on all of these tricks. So maybe if you're interested in getting to know these tricks and getting to know the difficulty of it and what it takes to actually learn these rotations, maybe go on YouTube and watch out for some tutorials. Here we go. Enough talking. Next up, who do we have?
From France, Honey Smith.
Here we
for
go.
the second run of the ladies, dropping in.
Dropping in, going for the small jump. Going for a left side rotation, left side cork. 720, putting it down with ease right there, locking in to that tail grab. And look at that. The competitors, fellow competitors, waiting down at the finish line, cheering her on. And next up for the men, I think we're gonna wait a little bit for the wind once again. This is gonna be an American rider, if I'm not mistaken.
That should be Townsend Henry for his second run.
Here we go.
Got in just on the first qualification hit number 1. Second run for them, for the riders.
And he is currently sitting in 5th place, so looking very solid so far. And I think the plan for today is, if we are able to get this competition through as fast as possible, we might get a final for the men. So Henry, currently in a qualified position on that 5th place, but definitely looking to improve. Now going for a left side. Oh, left side double cork 1620. And that is most likely gonna be an improvement for the young American athlete right there, putting it down. Very solid riding right there.
Am I wrong, or did he make an effort at the end of the trick to make it possible to?
Yes, I think so too.
I saw some body movement,
he tried
like,
to increase his speed, his momentum in the air, which is definitely needed for a trick like a double cork 1620. You want to be done with the trick, of course, when you land, to put it down nice and easy. And Henry putting it down very clean right there. And once again, the yellow flag is up. There's a lot of wind on that first jump. We're gonna have to wait for the next rider a little bit longer. Okay, it's gonna be a girl from the United States of America, I think, for that second run.
Just let me take a look. It should be Livigno Marley, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
As we had Honey Smith from France. Now these stops are just, oh yeah.
Okay, here we
she
go.
goes, yeah.
Marty going for her second run. Left side rotation, left side 720, going so deep down that landing, but holding on to it. Very nicely done from Marley, putting it down in that second run. I believe she went down on her first attempt on that left side 720, but now able to hold on to that landing. And because she went so deep, that's gonna be a very nice score, I reckon, for her second run. I am very curious to see where the judges are gonna put her on the leaderboard. Next up,
Remy Hasselin from Canada.
here we go. Going for a right side rotation. Whoa, right side double 1260 with a super unique rotation. Setting a double 7 rotation, going for that cork 360, and then adding a 360 in between those two flips and finishing off with a cork 540. So kind of splitting up that double cork 12 rotation in a unique way, which I definitely love to see. Adding that creativity, adding his own flavor to that trick, which is hopefully going to be rewarded by the judges. Next up, we have another girl in the start gate.
And that's from Denmark, Kinket Silje.
Here we go, Celia dropping in for her second run.
Come on, Silje.
Put it down, give it your best. Going for a left side rotation, left side 720 with the mute grab as well. Putting it down very clean, no problem in the landing for her. Absolutely stomping that one in her second run of today. Love to see all the girls putting down their runs, absolutely killing it so far, even though the conditions are very much difficult with that wind right now. It is very, very hard for all the riders, and the wind is blowing very hard right now.
Yeah.
I hope that Joey Ellis from Australia is able to put something down here in his second run. Going for a forward rotation, going left side. Oh, left side double 14 has to open up. I think he... Oh,
Ouch.
ooh, getting caught in that sticky powder on the side of the landing. I believe he's all right. He's just a little disappointed right there.
Yeah.
Of course, I think he already put down that first run. He went for a double 14 with the safety grab, and now trying to improve the difficulty, going for a mute grab, but then just has to open up right there. Very unfortunate for him, but still nice that he was able to put down something in today's qualification for the men. And now we have Zoe van Essen going for her second run. She went for a 360 on that first run, and I know that her goal is to go for a 720 rotation, so 2 full rotations for Zoe, and it's gonna be very difficult for her right now because there's a lot of wind on the course, and I really do hope that she is making the right decision. If she's going for that 720, she definitely needs to be on her A game, needs that focus, needs that mental strength to put it down. And if she's not feeling, I really hope if she's not feeling 100% that she is going for a safe run again, which is definitely a wiser decision if you're not fully focused, but we're gonna have to wait and see what her decision is. I think she's pumped. I think she's looking for a 720. As you can see, she's vibing up there, probably listening to some music.
Yeah, I saw she was fully concentrated. I mean, she looked hyped. She looked ready to drop in whatever she is wanting to do. That's what you said it means most, like focusing on what you want to reach and try your
Exactly.
best. Then, of course, if you get caught in some gust-wind...
Yeah, you always have to
you have
adapt
to
in the
change.
situation. That is very true. But
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, it is always very, very good to still be mentally prepared for your best trick. And even though if you go for a safety trick, that is also very important to still be on point with the focus. So no matter what, always when you drop in, you want to be fully focused on what you want to do. And if there's a heavy wind gust, if you feel something is not 100% there, then it is totally fine, totally okay to keep it safe and go for a safe run. But of course, we hope that Zoe van Essen is gonna find a window in that heavy wind gusts right now. And look at that, we have the Norwegian fans out
Supporters,
there. Love to see it, all of the supporters. Even though the weather condition is very tough right now, we still have a little bit of a crowd up here. Definitely love to see that all the supporters are out here supporting the athletes, supporting everybody to put down their best performance today. Still waiting for that window for Zoe. And that is also a very tough part of competition. If you're up there in the start gate and you're actually pumped to go for your run, but then you have to wait until the wind is dying down, that is very, very tough.
Yeah.
And it also is draining the energy very much because it is not easy to get out of that focus mode and just chill, and then especially once you're back into chill mode, to get back into that fully focused mode, that switch around is very, very hard to perform, even though it looks easy for the normal viewer out there. It is a very, very tough situation to switch the focus just like that. And I think that is gonna be what is the most important thing right now for Zoe, to be able to switch that focus back on. And I think
Guess we're ready.
we're ready. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see if she's able to switch that focus back to 100%.
Yeah, she needs a while. I mean, I can
totally
relate
fine.
it to life. I
Of
mean, you're
course.
fully into something and then you have to stop. You're ready, the adrenaline is rushing your body.
All right.
But now Zoe van Essen seems to get it back.
Come
from
on, Zoe.
Netherlands.
Come on.
Let's see.
Put it down. She's pumped. Look at that. She's going for the 720. Yes, she is. And she puts it down. Left side 720 with the safety grab. And she can be proud of herself. Going for a left side 720 with the safety grab. Putting down her goal of today. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it is all about. Zoe putting it down. Nice and easy. Love to see it.
Guys, show some respect to those ladies. So
Oh, yeah.
send us some flags, feedbacks on the live stream chat as they deserve. Your full support. Either the ladies and the boys doing their best on course today to
And
give us a
next-
show that you are looking at. From France, Sylvain Martin.
Sylvain Martin dropping in next, going for a switch rotation, switch, left side rotation, switch, left side double. Ooh! Going for a switch left side double 12. Oh, my bro. Yeah, it is disappointing. I definitely can relate. But that is also the beauty of this sport. It is all about these emotions, even though that might not be the happiest emotion right there, but that is what this sport is all about, putting in all of your emotion, all of your passion. And Martin, unfortunately, not able to put that run down. Of course, he's going to be disappointed, but that is also a good sign because he's fully invested, showing his passion, showing that he is disappointed, showing us that this means the world to him, that this is what he wants to do. He wants to achieve his best goal, but that's how it goes sometimes. It's very unfortunate, but that's
It is.
life.
It is, and we've said that so many times, that sports teach you great lessons for
Oh
life.
yeah, for sure.
Either you fail or not fail, but you don't do the proper trick the way you wanted it, or you have to stay calm and wait for time to pass by because the wind is blowing and you have to wait for your run, or anything that might be useful for anything in life. And as you've
For
seen
sure.
this setup, we've got a 90 meters in run length, 26 degrees pitch, 30 meters takeoff to null, and 2 meters of jump height with a landing pitch of 34 degrees. So this is what the bigger setup looks like here in Motolino Snow Park in Livigno.
Very nice specs indeed, especially that steep landing. That is what all the riders enjoy and appreciate the most. And I think we're currently waiting for Maria Gasliter dropping in for her second run. The
Yeah.
wind is blowing once again very hard, but still hoping for the best for Maria Gasliter.
We don't have that many ladies to finish off their second run, and
So we are getting there,
more with the boys. But
getting
yeah,
closer to the end for the women and closer to the end for the men's qualification. So once again, as a little bit of a side information, the women are in their final currently. So they have 2 runs and the best one is going to count, and that's going to be the final result for the women. And for the men, as of now, we are trying to get this qualification done with, and then we're going to have heat number 2 and heat number 3 after this first session, and we are looking to get a final going for the men. But in all honesty, we are definitely in a lot of delay already, so I am not sure what's gonna happen for the men. Maybe we have to do the same as we are doing it for the snowboarders,
yeah.
which is gonna be the quali results, to use them as the final result of these competition. Very unfortunate, of course, but it's just we are trying our best, and it is not possible to get all of these riders in a final because it would be 15 riders in the final, so 15 riders with 2 runs. You can do the math at home. That is a lot of runs, and if we have to wait in between all of these runs for these windows, it is gonna take us forever, and we're gonna be up here tomorrow still, and that is definitely not the goal. Unfortunate circumstances, of course, but still nice to see that these riders are still happy and hyped to put on a performance.
Yeah, this is it. This is what it's all about. Unfortunately, we had a very tight program during this comp, either slopestyle and big air. We didn't have much of another day to add on to the program. Unfortunately, I would say, because we were completely ready with the setup, but with the program being so tight, there's no time for any additional weather day. And the decision has been taken by the OC together with all the coaches to give it a try, to at least try and make it possible. We're not forcing anyone. It's just, guys, everyone coming from all over the world being here. I think it's worth it, even for them, just as a lesson. But as we see, they are hyped. They are not there crying. They are super stoked to give it a try. It might be scary, but they go for, as we've said so many times, for a safety run. But they decide to do it. They come from every side of the world to do those world championships. And once they are here and they feel it and they try, they give it a try. It's not something that we are forcing anyone to do. It doesn't look like the perfect big air competition. Unfortunately, it hasn't been sunny, but that's something we couldn't order from God. We tried our best with a wonderful setup, trying with some delays in the comps, trying every single solution we could find. But this is unfortunately the position of the snow park. There's going to be some great news next year with something new coming up for the Olympics, but we try to manage everything with what we have now. And even if it doesn't look so nice, even if we have to stop it every once in a while, even for you watching from home, probably live during whatever else is up to do, still we are trying to do our best, of course, in safe conditions, because there are many things you guys don't know about that we needed to plan to make sure this can happen. Unfortunately, it's not the best weather conditions, but we are trying everything. And the athletes still wanting to do that, still wanting to reach their goals. So I guess there's not much to say. I mean, just big up for the athletes doing their best, and that's it. Let's see what is left up
For
to
sure.
say.
Definitely a lot of respect to all these athletes. They're trying their best, and in the end of the day, all the athletes get to decide if they want to compete or not. And we, as the OC, from all of the organizers, we are of course trying to get something done, trying to get some results for the ladies and the men, because as you said before, Alessia, we have athletes coming from all over the world. We have Americans, we have Canadians, we have Japanese riders. Literally from every corner of the world we have riders in the start field. And imagine, for example, for a US team coming all the way here to the Junior World Championship, and then nothing is gonna happen, no competition is gonna be held. That is just very tough for them as well. So that's why everybody in the OC is trying to get something going, so that this trip, especially for the nations that have a longer travel time to Europe, that it wasn't not worth it to come here. So that's why we try to run this competition no matter what. And currently still waiting for Maria Gaslitter to drop in, looking for that window of a little bit of more calm winds right now, but it is not looking very nice right now. Very unfortunate, but we are trying our best.
Yeah, definitely. You can see in the comments, Fizz always think about the safety for athletes, of course. Nobody wants them to get hurt, and nobody wants them absolutely to get injured on that. But if it's worth trying and do some efforts, then that's what they want to do, that sport. And I guess coaches of all disciplines are they belong to their discipline, so they know when it's worth giving it a try. We've been talking about the fact that these are youngsters, so maybe not so experienced. So every single aspect is taken into consideration to make sure that they can ride safely. And of course, we've had some DNS. It might be because they don't feel like doing it. I mean, it's not only about the athletes by themselves taking some risky decision. It's about a full consideration of different aspects. So I'm pretty sure they are managing it the best possible ways. So
For sure. And also, not only is FIS considering the safety of the athletes at all costs, but the athletes themselves, they get to choose whether they want to drop or not, and they always have the opportunity to not take their run. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't really think about the personal opinion of the athletes. And as I said before, like, for some athletes, it is very important to even try in such harsh conditions because they had a long way coming here, and this competition means the world to them. So it is definitely their will to go for a run or to, in the end, not go for a run. That is the athlete's decision. So always take that into your consideration, into your mind. The athlete is the final decider to drop in or to drop out. So just to take that into your consideration as well.
And now I guess the riders are doing some sun dance or whatever kind of dance to make.
So.
But even if it's not a sun dance, it's something to stay warm. Unfortunately, it's not so cold actually, guys.
It's not
It's
too
outside.
cold,
It's not
which is
too cold.
nice.
I mean, it's not freezing. It's not January temperatures. It's just mind blowing. Mind blowing? Am I saying this right? It's just too much of a wind.
Yeah.
But you can stay outside, not easily, of course. It's winter conditions, but it's not super freezing that as well their body freezes after the training. So it's just unfortunate that the wind is blowing faster than before, and so snow is also dropping down from the sky. So not the best one, but waiting for something to happen. We'll keep you posted, of course. If you're watching if you're watching live stream and wondering what's happening, we're on hold for a while. The wind is blowing too fast. I guess nobody got in during this timing. Let me just check. Okay. Someone says welcome to Sahara. Yeah, definitely. Welcome to Sahara.
Oh yeah. This wind is bringing us some Sahara dust.
Yeah, I need to read that clearly, but I wasn't a scientist, so I was on a science diffusion fan page or whatever, and something about the good properties of this dust, even if it comes from Sahara, it's pretty safe. Now, if I just to chit chat for a while, I need to remember where I saw that and tell you guys about that. But I know it looks funny though to have,
I mean, in my
Sahara
opinion,
dust, but
it is a nice aesthetic. Like, and actually for a rider, it is maybe even a little bit of an advantage because with the color of the snow being a little bit darker,
yeah,
you can see more contrast. So
yeah,
more visibility, more detailed visibility, which actually can be a advantage for the riders. But of course, an advantage is not really useful if there's too much wind to drop, which is unfortunate, but still it is what it is.
I'm just checking out if I see that because it was absolutely crazy.
So there's benefits for if you have Sahara dust in the ski resort.
Yeah, there was something about
Okay.
the distribution or something.
Interesting. I would be curious to know that actually. Oh my goodness.
Now I'm gonna tell you more about that. I know we are not talking about science, but that's what we need to fill up the time From the announcer cabin, where we only see some fog and we cannot quite see the athletes, if not through the camera. Fortunately,
so I believe that the riders are gonna have a little meeting right now and decide what to do with the current situation being very difficult, of course. In the meantime, we're trying to keep you entertained, keep you updated on what is happening, and yeah, maybe just stay put and fingers crossed for this weather to die down a little bit for the riders to get this show started once again. Would be very unfortunate if we had to cancel it right now.
Yeah.
Because we're already actually almost done with that first round of qualification and finals for the ladies as well.
Yeah, and as we said before, now there's someone asking about any news for the snowboard finals. Guys, I don't think we are gonna be able to make them. As you can see, we still need to finish the ladies qualification, which is going to be worth for the final. The points are going to be used for the finals. We haven't finished heat number 1 for Freeski. We should go for heat number 2, heat number 3 for the Freeski men. It's already 11:30. I don't think there's any chance for us to make it to the snowboard finals today. I don't know. We're fingers crossed for the heat number 2 and number 3 for Freeski. And we're fingers crossed to finish this one first.
Yeah.
I'm not really wanting to laugh on that because I'm super sorry about that. This is a shame for the riders getting ready to drop it, for the organization, for everyone. But this is the condition you're looking at, and it's probably not going to improve today. But we try to stay tied to the program. We try to stick to the program. We try to make it work. But for sure, I can tell you now, we're not gonna have the snowboard finals.
We're being educated right now.
Yeah.
Soul Surfer spreading out the knowledge. So the sand that is being brought here by the wind, the Sahara dust, is a fertilizer. So lots of minerals for the plants.
Yeah, it comes from because the Sahara was in 2,000 years ago. It was very humid. There were great lakes actually, and when they dried up, they left some of these minerals into that. I guess. Am I right? Yeah.
That is nice to know. I didn't really know that was a good thing, but nice to know it now. Thank you, Soul Surfer.
Thank you.
For providing
We
the
appreciate
knowledge.
it. And guess what, Soul Surfers? Get what the color of my car is. And guess when I washed it? It exactly works perfectly. The day you decide to wash your car after a winter, so guess the color of the white car, then the desert sand gets into the air. And it is amazing because it's good for nature, and it's not so amazing for my white car, but I guess I would go for the positive side on nature, definitely. Not on my car, but still, it was pretty fun. Unfortunately.
Very tough. It looks so tough right now.
Yeah.
And I think the guy that actually asked if the snowboard finals are going to go down is the father, or related at least, to Elias Lehner from Switzerland.
Is it?
Pretty sure at least.
I was
Hubert
sure.
Lehner asking for snowboard finals. I am almost 99% sure that we cannot have the snowboard finals today because we're waiting to finish the first round for this Freeski qualification. So actually, unfortunate for all the snowboarders, of course, and for the viewers at home, very unfortunate because they were looking forward to have a nice show today. But actually, in all honesty, Mr. Lehner, that is a good thing for Elias because he is currently sitting in a very, very good spot if they're gonna use the qualification results. But I don't want to talk too soon. We're gonna keep you updated on what's gonna happen. In the meantime, enjoy this snowy pictures of Snowpark Motolino, and yeah, nothing left to say, I guess. Just enjoy these winter pictures right now. It's actually kind of unbelievable. We are at the end of March. It is almost the beginning of April, and we are receiving a lot of snow right now.
Yeah, now, well, while we needed to fill in some time waiting for run number 2 to continue, then let's have a chat with the people being online with us, like in the live stream, just to make sure that we don't leave the live stream and we keep on talking. Has any one of you ever come to Livigno? Has any one of you watching ever shred Mottolino Snow Park, or do you guys know it by any chance? And if so, when did you guys come here? Because we've been into the project into the freestyle and snowboard since, I guess, more than 25 years, but we still realize that we still have a lot of things to do, and it's not so well known as probably you guys might have other parks, European parks in your mind. So I was wondering how many of the people watching live stream some finals would have come to Livigno, would have ever come to Livigno. And if you guys know, we're ending the season the 28th of April, and I spoke to the Shapers crew, and they are gonna do their best to finish the season as close as possible to the 28th of April, because they also need to just put down the race and the features and everything, so it might take them a few days. But for sure, until the 20th of April, you had a lot of time to come and shred the park.
I would definitely recommend to go there, for sure. I mean, in my career as a snowboarder, I've been here plenty of times, especially I had the pleasure to compete in the World Rookie Tour that is here every year, and it is definitely one of the nicest parks in Europe, in my opinion. And for sure, maybe, actually I see a comment right there talking about a Superpipe. That is definitely something that is still missing, but I think you're gonna have a Superpipe anyways, because there's gonna be Olympics.
Exactly, Isabella. I was gonna say this. In a couple of years, we're gonna have the Olympics, and there are some great news coming in for next season. So I would suggest you stay tuned on Mottolino Snow Park page, and as well as Livigno Snow Park page, because we might have some very interesting news coming up for next winter already. We had, as you perfectly know, being a Superpipe is quite a bit of a challenge, because you need to find the perfect situation, the perfect location, so that the sun doesn't come in and melt one side or the other. It's really hard to keep it. We had people building the pipes at the beginning. We've been telling this story on Ian Rocca YouTube challenge, if YouTube channel, if you want to go and have a look, because he's been telling the story of Mottolino Snow Park and the vibe around the freestyle since it began in the 90s here in Mottolino Livigno. And you will see that at the very beginning, I probably guess at the beginning of the 90s, we were shoveling the pipe. So guess what? I don't know if you're old enough to remember this. Jonas, of course, you are definitely not.
I didn't.
But there were people shoveling the pipe. We don't have that many. Yeah.
That is crazy.
And guess what?
I mean, the pipe probably wasn't as big, but
5
still,
meters, 10 meters, of course.
Still,
yeah.
It is an insane amount of work to hand shovel a half pipe. I mean, that is crazy, but I actually love to hear that Mottolino used to have a pipe.
Yeah.
Very, very sick.
But this is like, we have images, and I would suggest you go and have a look, because it looks super funny and super interesting to see how the creation at the beginning was. I guess this series this YouTube series that Ian Rocca has been putting on his channel during the season is definitely super interesting, because I mean, we are in the world of freestyle and snowboarding, so we've seen it grow, and I guess Mottolino has always been on first page for what it concerns, like the innovation into building constructions and into having the right machines to do everything correctly. So we've always been in on the right wave, let's say like this. So we've seen the sports growing from hand shoveling to then having, we had the correct things to build the half pipe here in the snow park. Then, as I told you, the location wasn't the proper one, and then the half pipe turned into a super pipe, which then created even more of a challenge, and we just left. But as I told you, stay tuned on the Motolino Snow Park channel, because on the profiles, because we're coming up with some news. For what it concerns Eurocup, well,
I would actually love to have a Eurocup here.
yeah, but the thing is that we, in the program towards the Olympics, we have some test events that should be done, that need to be done. So I'm not quite sure whether we are able to do another Europe Cup, but that's because we don't know how much effort we will need to put into next year's activity.
Okay.
Just as a reminder, Olympics start the season immediately afterwards. So the big news is coming very soon. Just guess, I think the snow park is not gonna be this one any longer.
No,
so
definitely not.
we
So
need to
very,
change it.
very big news actually, considering this.
Yeah.
But in any case, I wonder if you have to do the test events for the Olympics, is it gonna be a World Cup test event in that case?
Well, unfortunately, it's up to the Olympics organizational committee, and I say unfortunately because I cannot tell you any news live now. That's why. That's the only reason. And as soon as we know, we're gonna tell you. But for sure, some events will happen. I'm pretty sure we're able to confirm right away the World Rookie Tour. Pretty sure, but still not quite. And I see from the cabin, Mirko, our snowcat driver. He's one of the best snowcat drivers in the snow parks in the world. And
Love to hear
I'm not saying this just because it's our snowcat driver, but Mirko Silvestri has been driving a snowcat here for ages, guys. And
So he knows his snowcat.
he knows it,
He
and
knows his skills.
he has been the one building. I don't know if any of you in the chat remembers the Nine Nights.
Oh.
Yeah,
Of
now
course.
called the Nines, but when we had it here in Motolino, it was called Nine Nights, and Mirko was the one collaborating on the event, but he doesn't speak any foreign language.
Oh wow.
So we only go with Italian hand gestures, you know.
Which actually works pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked very good in the past. I mean, if you remember, like that's really at my beginning of getting into freestyle, like the 9 Nights, when it used to be called the 9 Nights, now it's called the Nines, as you said.
Exactly.
I was watching that video over and over and over again. I was absolutely amazed by that setup that they did, the castle. I mean, you don't see anything like it anywhere else during the season. Also, maybe at this point, a little shout out to the Nines for always innovating and putting on an insane show for selected amount of riders every year. Definitely also one of my big goals to be at the Nines one day, hopefully sooner than later, of course, but that is still in the stars. But for sure, I have to say, like, shout out to your snowcat driver. What was his name again?
Mirko Silvestri.
Mirko Silvestri, you are a legend for putting this work out.
Definitely, and I take the chance to say hi to Nico Zacek, who's been following us a couple of days ago. And if you're live or if you're rewatching the game, I don't think you're gonna be here, but anyway, I would say hi to you and to your amazing family.
I mean, of course, gotta give a shout out to Nico for putting this event, even for bringing it to life. I mean, it is such a nice event, and I feel like, in my opinion, we need more events like these in the snowboard and freeski scene, because it's just so refreshing to see an event that is actually here for the riders. And I mean, it's nice to win, but it's not about winning, I think, in the Nines. It's just about having a nice session, having a good day on the mountain. So shout out to you, Nico, for bringing this vision to life and keeping it rolling for so many years, actually.
Yeah, it has been like this either in snowboard, freeski, and in the what I say 9 Nights, because that's how it was when it was here. as you have been saying, it was the vibe, creating such unique vibes, all the athletes together riding. Of course, there is the day of the final, but then we had so many days of trying out the feature at first, and then we had the sunset session, and then we had the sunlight session, the sunrise session, and then we had some moments like we had some football games together with our team at Motolino. That was more for the 9. No, we also had it for the 9 nights skiing, because we made it in an indoor football field, but super easy, together with the Motolino team, with a lot of people who are not so close to the snow park structure, building and whatever, so they might not be into the event in an everyday basis, but they are making Motolino work. So maybe the responsible for the restaurant, Gazza, the director, or any other people that are related to Motolino were joining us into these non-on-course activities, and that was such of a blast, because I mean, if you come here and take a look, you feel the vibe, you know it when you work in the restaurant. If you can share memories, then that's even something even more precious to take home with. So even for us here, it was a cool memory, super one.
Maybe one day we'll be back.
Yeah, why not?
Who knows?
Why
it would
not?
be nice.
Definitely. Maybe why not defining something similar, or just get the vibe, just get going with the vibe that we are feeling.
For sure.
Look at the steepness of this.
Yeah, I'd love to see that landing. I would actually like. I've been here for the whole week now, and I was itching to try out these jumps. Unfortunately, I'm still not quite there yet with my rehab of the foot, but these jumps look so nice, and it must be a very, very cool opportunity for all of these riders to shred the snow park here in Livigno. Unfortunately, right now, competition is on hold, of course. We are still waiting for a window, and I believe the biggest question that is still yet to be answered is if we have the time to get this whole competition through. Of course, we have to put in consideration that we still have a heat number 2 and heat number 3 qualification that we have to put through. But in any case, I believe the worst case, best case scenario would be if we could finish at least the women's final that we were having right now, so that we can get at least one result for the women. But I don't want to talk too soon. We are still discussing it right now, trying to figure out a solution that is the best outcome for everybody. Of course, it is already a very, very hard competition week that we have behind us, with very, very harsh weather conditions. But in any case, Martijn said it yesterday already in the OC meeting, and me as a rider being now in the organization side, it is amazing to see the effort that is going into all of these competitions. And me as an athlete personally, I would say it is definitely, you don't see that as an athlete, how much is going into these events, and I'm very, very stoked to see that the passion that is going into these events from all of the staff members. Love to see it. And I think we are back on.
Yeah, exactly. Martijn just told me we are on course with Maria Gaslitter, back for ladies run number 2. Come on, Maria. Get back on focus.
And that's gonna be a very hard one for Maria, because we had a break for, I would say, almost 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And now she is back on course, dropping in full speed. Maria Gaslitter going for her second run of the day, going on the side of the course. Okay, that is still okay. She was keeping it safe. She was not feeling comfortable going for it. Of course, it is very tough right now for all the athletes that had to wait. And you might say this is not fair. The other athletes were able to get the competition flow way easier, but that's just how it is. You cannot change that. And now next up from France, we have Emily Louis getting ready, dropping in on course, and she is also on the side. Is it maybe a speed check round? Do we have any updates?
No. The update was we are on now. So what I received was we are on. Maybe they are just choosing.
Okay,
not
yeah,
to,
it's
to go
once
safe
again, yeah,
and-
it is the decision of the athlete in the end, and I totally respect both of these girls going to the side of the jump and not choosing the jump. I mean, it is very hard having a long break like this. And now let's see if Estrid Fahlen from Sweden. Yes, she's going for it, but
No.
that was not what she was looking for. And it is... she's still hyped. I see it. She's happy that she survived it. Very tough right now, of course. I mean...
It's also hard to comment it now for us. I mean,
it is not easy. And of course, I mean, I want to see these girls try their best. But still, it is just so hard. And we had that snowfall before. Now it is not snowing that hard anymore. But I feel like that snow, that heavy snow, that very wet snow is not giving them enough speed. And let's see.
I guess and we're about to finish with the ladies run.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that they're able to clear it anymore.
Most probably they just want to finish the run.
Yeah, I think so. Just get something done.
Yeah.
That we have the ladies at least that finished their run.
Yeah, got down to the end.
Yeah.
Maybe strategically, who already has got a good point, a good amount of good scoring, goes for. I don't know. I cannot understand it correctly, but Miriam Redjagin on course. Let's see if she drops down something or she just. No.
No,
Okay.
I really don't think it is possible
Yeah.
anymore for the ladies to clear the jump.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a shame, it's a pity, but we cannot do anything about it. There's this wet snow, this fresh snow that is just came down in that little competition hold, and the ladies are just dropping in now to finish their first competition.
Yeah, we're
section.
doing that. Yeah, definitely.
It is unfortunate, of course. And I don't believe that it is the headwind that is killing the speed. Of course, it all comes into play, everything together, the wind. But I don't think the wind in the end is the killer. I believe it is the fresh snow that is just coming in.
I don't know. It might not be as much as it was like a few days ago, when it
definitely
was
not.
heavily snowing.
But it's different as well
Yeah.
if you have the wet snow, because as we said before, it is not that cold actually. It is pretty warm. So the snow that came in just before was very wet and definitely not the fast snow that we would love to receive right now. But of course, and yeah, as Shredmasters are saying in the chat, very nice to see that all the ladies are at least dropping in so that we can take the results from that first run where it was pretty fair, in my opinion, that all the ladies had the same,
Chances.
more or less the same
Yeah.
chances.
That's it. Yeah, they did that. I
Very
agree with you
nice.
on that. I completely agree with you on that. Definitely. So. The chance anymore. But it is what it is.
It is unfair, Isabella. It's true, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's just the current situation, and I believe, Isabella, you're also used to competition, and you as well know that you cannot have a competition where everything goes according to plan, and of course there's gonna be people that have an unfair situation, and that's just the sport. We're an outdoor sport. We cannot change that, of course. It is very, very hard to accept that. I can relate, of course. I mean, I'm still in the competition field, so it is very, very tough, of course. But these are things that you cannot influence. You don't have any power over these things, so best to just accept it and move on and go to the next step. Always look ahead, don't look behind, especially when you have situations like these. It is not going to help you if you focus too much on that unfair situation.
The only thing that, I mean, I was thinking when you were talking and giving consideration to what Isabella is saying, but the only other solution is to cancel the run.
which is
because
not
there's
nice.
no other chances.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to ask for the athlete to put it down with such bad conditions, they already had a run one. So the other thing is to cancel, because otherwise, I mean,
Yeah.
from my point of view, then maybe I'm wrong, but there's no other chances other than to wait for a whole day.
I think the best thing that we're doing right now. Oh, Avery Krume is still on, going for a switch bio 9. Look at that. And
Okay.
I am actually so happy to see Avery going for her second run, because she went to the bottom of that landing in her first run, almost stomping a switch bio 14, which I personally never seen any girl do. And yeah, it's very tough, but in my opinion, that's my personal opinion, it is better to at least get some sort of result rather than canceling the whole competition. And that's just how it's gonna roll. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Martijn, the coordinator of this FIS race of this whole week. He's been putting in all the efforts, every possible effort that he could make to get this thing done, and he is putting in so much passion and so much hard work to have like these competitions run for us. I mean, most of these competitions are super hard with the weather conditions as well. I mean, we had the Euro Cup in Laax as well, which was very, very tough for the snowboarders, and the free skiers were a little bit more lucky, of course, but still, Martijn is always putting in 100% passion for this snow sport and making sure that we get the opportunity and get the chance to have competitions like these. And I think without people like Martijn, this sport wouldn't be where it is right now.
I agree with you, definitely. Definitely. Never seen such a passionate person as Martijn is. Like, really making the effort. And then I have to say this because I know him personally. Luckily, I've had the chance to work with him. But not only is a professional one, but he's also the kind of a kind person you like to work with, because he's always trying to find out the best solution for everyone, trying to fill anyone's needs. So a big up for Martijn, who's been doing great, and I really need to thank him for the job he's making. Oh God, sorry, the wind is opening our door.
And these are the current standings for the men after we had one run for everybody, and a couple of the riders already had their second run, of course. And now they're gonna be discussing what's gonna happen in the meantime. I am very curious to see, or better said, to hear what they are gonna do about it. And yeah, we are currently waiting for an update on the men's side. So I believe we just finished the women's section, which is nice to see, of course.
With Avery from Canada.
With not maybe the exact same conditions for every girl. That's just how it is today. And we are still happy that we are able to get a result, at least for the ladies. And now we are waiting. They are probably going to be discussing right now what they want to do. In any case, I want to say a big shout out to all the girls so far. They have been putting on an amazing show this whole week. And even though the weather wasn't the prettiest, I have seen some amazing skiing and snowboarding as well. So shout out to all the women competitors, and also shout out to all the men competitors. It has been a blessing. It has been absolutely insane to see what these young riders are already able to do on their snowboard or skis. Shout out to you.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to thank also those people still in live stream with us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank you for staying with us the whole morning. Thank you, Isabel, for example, for giving us some input, some thoughts on the competition. It helps us a lot in talking to you and keeping you here while staying on the live stream, waiting for the comp to move on. So it's a great pleasure to be able to share some thoughts with you guys.
Exactly.
And of course, your point of view is so important, to just give some opinion, share some opinion, and be able to have another view over the competition. So we are both really thankful to you guys giving us some inputs on different things to talk about. It's really hard for us as well to stay here and trying to fill in your time while being home and waiting for the comp to move on. So thank you for staying here first of all, of course.
Just in general, to all the viewers, actually, to all the 260 people that are still in the stream. Definitely not the stream you were looking for, of course. I mean, not the stream I was looking for, hoping for as well. Definitely very, very hard today, but still, you guys make the difference. And I can tell you this much, it is so nice for an athlete if there is a live stream, even though they're not looking at the live stream when they're competing, of course, but just re-watching the live stream and seeing that there's so many people watching is an amazing feeling for any athlete of any kind of level. Doesn't even matter if he was the winner or the last one. It is just amazing to see that there's actually a community, actually some viewers out there that are watching all of the riders, and just shout out to you. Honestly, without you, I feel like the riders would not be as motivated as they are right now. So thanks to you.
Definitely,
for sure. And also amazing to see that there's like viewers from all over the world. Like we've seen viewers from New Zealand, from Japan,
Canada,
I believe as well, and Canada as well. So shout out to you. And I think it's kind of difficult for some nations at least because of the time difference. So even a bigger shout out to all of these persons that are watching from a different time zone. And oh my goodness, it is dumping out there.
Is the men's qual going to be cancelled? Well, yesterday we gave it a try. We waited, I guess the last call was due at 12:30, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So we might have some more upcoming news very soon. And we cannot tell you right away. We are, of course, waiting for the new communication. But apparently there's a shout out to JJ for a great commentary there.
Thank you, Bert.
I wanted to allow you, The women's final results are now shared in the group. Yes, it is. It is. And
I think we're just waiting for an update now. It is very tough. You know, we are trying our best to still keep it entertained, and we don't want to lose hope. I mean, hope is the only thing that we can hold on to right now. And I mean, you can see it in the weather. It is absolutely dumping right now. I mean, I can't complain. I'm a snowboarder. I love it when it snows. That means that we have a long season ahead, of course. And also for the snow park conditions, I mean, it might snow today, but just in general for the snow park, there's gonna be a nice amount of fresh snow. So I bet Motolino's snow park crew is gonna make the best of it. And there's gonna be a nice park for sure.
I don't think we're in the comp. I just think they're just shutting down.
Yeah, they're gonna do
and television people are trying to find out something to do because, guys, you know, the television guys are sitting in the snow. Of course, they are covered in something, but
but it's not an easy time for them.
And there's nothing happening on the mountain, so they just change the views from one side to the other. But
let's give a little shout out to the camera guys as well. I mean, they definitely have the hardest part almost. Or maybe, I don't know who has the hardest part. Like, we all put in as much effort as we can to make this thing happen. And right there you see the shapers. Shout out to all of the people that are involved. Also, once again, to the viewers, to the staff, to the park shapers, to the athletes. We're all one community making this competition what it is, and the people make the difference. That is the end of my speech. For sure, I would say the people make always the difference. Very true. And I think it's gonna be a quick reshape, and then we're gonna see and try if it is possible to hit the jump.
Yeah, we were going through the first to hit number 1. We were already in the second round for the boys, actually. So Everyone is
almost made
involved
it.
now. I don't think the guy at the top of the kicker is actually a shaper.
No,
I
he's just
guess,
helping.
yeah, he's just helping out, and that's amazing. Like getting the job done,
Yeah.
and it's actually. I wasn't really realizing, probably because it has been snowing heavily in the past days, but I wasn't realizing there was so much snow on the
It is
kicker.
crazy, actually. Yeah. And it is actually a nice view. I'm not gonna lie. I love to see it snow this hard. Of course, it's not nice on a competition day, but still, I always love to see a heavy snow dump this late in the season, which means the parks are gonna be on point also at the end of the season. And in my opinion, the end of the season is always the nicest time, with spring shredding, with t-shirt runs, with getting your forearms burnt by the sun, of course. Today that is not going to happen, but still I am really looking forward for some spring shredding in a little bit, and I hope that we have an update for you guys very soon.
No, I was laughing because you're like, I want some spring shredding, and
Yeah, I
was
want some
doing
spring
that.
shredding.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was trying to do that a few days ago when we got back after the snowboard qualies, and I just didn't see anything, and I just nobody saw me, but I just fell with my face in the snow.
Oh,
I had
no.
my teleskis. I thought, oh, that's a cool way, because usually I just ski down the side of the
Yeah.
park, and then at the end I turn around and I get down to the lift. But this time I saw some quite good powder into the other side of the park, because there's the other part of where you don't see on the other side of the nets, on the safety nets, there are actually the M and S line of the snow park. So it was covered in snow, and it looked pretty nice to shred. And I thought, okay, I would just cross from one jump to the other, because everything was off and closed and finished.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was like a meter of dump from one side to the other, so I just fell with my face.
Oh God.
And I had a teleskis, so I just fell properly,
Yeah,
like
you
with my
couldn't do
skis off.
anything. You
and
were just.
Yeah, I was covered in snow. And I had the pocket of my jacket open, so I just had an
boy.
amazing snow shower, and I felt
Oh,
like
wow.
a complete idiot. But luckily, streaming was off. Everyone
Nobody
was
saw
off. Nobody
it.
was
Okay.
was watching. Otherwise, it would have been great to
I mean,
just put it back.
it happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. Gotta say, these powder laps definitely not easy. That is, of course, easier said than done, but still. We are still waiting for some news. I hope we're gonna get something in a little bit.
Yeah.
In the meantime, enjoy this beautiful snow blizzard happening right now in Motolino Snow Park. Absolutely loving it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think my colleague is just making fun of me because she knows the way I fell and she's watching us fly. Grazie Alice for the reminder that I fell down just like a star, because I showed her the way I fell on the
love it.
snow. So pretty fun though. Rocking it, trying to keep it up, trying to talk. I see the judges coming out of their judging booth. I guess it takes a while for them as well to just keep waiting. Guys, we're trying to do our real best.
All right, we have Mr. Durepo. Thank you for the kind words. I hope you are still enjoyed. Once again, it is getting tougher and tougher by the minute. There's not that much to talk about right now. Of course, we are trying our best. And yeah, I guess, maybe a little bit about myself, why I'm commentating
Exactly,
right now.
yeah, take your time, of course.
Kind of messed out on that one. I am still an active athlete in the Swiss national team. Well, not in the national team, but in the Swiss team. And I had a very unfortunate series of injuries over the past 3 years. I've been injured every season. I had 3 separate ACL surgeries, so I tore my ACL on the same knee for 3 times, which has been very much a pain to get back to it, but I recovered very nicely from that, and I can say that my knee is recovered 100% right now. But the current injury, it's not over at the knee. No, I got another injury. I broke my foot. I dislocated my foot and also tore 2 ligaments, so I'm currently recovering and recovery is going good. Unfortunate for you viewers at home, I'm not gonna be on the commentary side in the next season. I'm gonna be back competing, so there's gonna be somebody else in the commentating field. I hope he's gonna do as good of a job as I'm doing it. At least I hope I'm doing a good job. I'm just talking about what I see and I just put in my passion. I just love this sport, and that's also the reason why I'm coming back and I'm giving it another try. And hopefully that's like the end goal for me, making it in the end to the Olympics that are going to be here in 2026. Motolino Snow Park, which is going to be relocated.
I'm just enjoying sharing the time with you because you've been sharing with me some of the, I don't want to call them secrets of an athlete, but still the way that you're focusing on your goals and your ambitions are super impressive. So I cannot say that I am sorry you're not commenting with me again, because I am super hyped for you as a person.
Of course.
Of getting back on the competitions, and I would never be able to comment the way you've been doing on tricks and jumps and everything. So
appreciate it.
I am pretty sure you are on with a possible potential new career.
I mean,
here.
of course,
So
of course.
I think everyone watching the live stream can absolutely confirm this, because it has been fluid, it has been solid, it has been always appropriate. So nobody has ever corrected you on the chat, and that was a good one. Yeah.
Thank you, first of all, and of course I agree. I mean, I'm not doing this just because of the money. Of course, I'm doing it because I love the sport, and I actually have a lot of fun commentating on all of these youngsters. And also the past week I've been commentating the World Cup that was happening in Korvac, and even like commentating on a World Cup is like such a nice opportunity for me as well to get this second career started a little bit while I'm injured, because I have so much free time on my hand right now, and better make the best of it. And even better if I can still stay in the groove, stay in the mountain, stay in the competition scene, and still see all my friends, still see all the different nations. And some actually asked me and were wondering if I was thinking pessimistic about it while seeing these guys ride, and maybe thinking that I'm behind and I am not getting back in time. But it was actually the opposite. It was getting me hyped up and even more motivated than ever before to get back to it. And you know, I just love snowboarding, and I'm hyped on anything that I see. Just seeing these kids this week shredding, and I'm like so impressed by these kids. Like, the weather was, sorry for my words, but it was shit. It was very shit. And these riders are still putting on the show. I have so much respect for all these youngsters. I mean, it is absolutely crazy to see where the level is already at on a junior level. So definitely this sport is progressing so fast, and that's actually also a thing that I love about it. It is progressing very fast, but in a way that is also creative, and we see it in the World Cup circuit as well. There's a lot of creativeness going on, and more creative slopestyle courses as well, which makes for a very nice show for the viewers at home. And I just enjoy the way that this sport is progressing, no matter if free skiing or snowboarding.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and I was also announcing on the awards ceremony, and what I want all of the athletes to know is how much we appreciate the effort they are making, because it's not given for granted that you are not giving up on such a bad situation, but they also need to understand that it's valuable not only for the scores on their calendar, but it is important also for the people watching and for the approach to the sport. So I really wanted them to understand that. And if you are at home, I think I saw some surnames that belong to maybe some relatives of the athletes. Just please let them know once again that we do fully appreciate it. Now look at them playing like swords. The Czech, I think it's the Czech guy, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, that's their uniform.
But it's nice to see that they're still trying to have a good time up there. Of course, it is very tough, and I can relate once again to all these athletes. Waiting at the start is not easy, but they are just doing the right thing. They're just trying to keep it easy. Don't stress out about it too much because, of course, the weather is something that you cannot influence. And I've just seen so many people in the past that just have been worked up about the weather and weren't like really in their mental focus, and just getting out of that focus zone just because of the weather is actually very, very bad, because it is something you cannot change. And also, once you're in the spot of a mental, like, pessimistic thinking, that you think like, oh, nothing is gonna happen anyway, then it is so hard to get back to that fully focused mindset. So definitely love to see all these guys up there still having fun, not thinking the worst, but rather thinking the best, make the best of this situation and try and get something done.
Yeah, most probably is the best approach for them, because definitely at the end you can stay there, you can think how bad luck you had, you can think of how shitty the weather looks like, or you can just not think about anything and try to have fun with the people around you, because this is it. There's nothing we can do, there's nothing we can control of, and then we are lucky because nothing happened to anyone, of course.
Definitely.
So you're not there thinking nervously that how things are proceeding. You're just looking at the situation and waiting, so it's okay. Yes, we know a weather day is missing, but this is a last minute event we put up, and we didn't have any chance as the calendar was fit with the Silvaplana finals,
exactly.
And as well as another event here in Italy, so there wasn't a lot of chances to start in advance. We wanted another weather day, but there wasn't any chance as the calendar was already done. And we got the event. Instead of having it a year and a half in advance, we had it 6 months earlier. It was in September or beginning of October that we confirmed it. So we didn't have that much time to put up the correct program and everything. So you are absolutely right, guys. But
still in such a short amount of time, organizing such an event and then receiving the worst weather possible is, I mean, shout out to you, Alessia, as well. I mean, it is crazy that you were still able to actually manage and put something down in this crazy conditions. And I think the riders also appreciate that these junior worlds were actually going down, and they were going down pretty solidly, even though the weather was really, really bad the whole week, or at least for the most part of the competition, and still being able to run this competition so smoothly. Also, I think it has to do with the nice staff that we have, with all of the judges, with all of people like Martijn and Ian, who are putting in so much work to make these events happen. So I think we can just be happy to at least have something that we can share, and it's gonna be a good memory. And of course, maybe if we look at it right now, it is maybe not the nicest competition, but in the end it's gonna be a memory that we never gonna forget, because I mean, these conditions, I'm not sure if I've ever seen
so
conditions like these. And also back to back, like 3 days in a row, super bad conditions, and still being able to get something done is absolutely amazing work.
Yeah, no, it is definitely. And also Livigno put down a great effort into that, because we had an amazing opening ceremony on Sunday. It was super cool because we had a parade ceremony. We had a lot of people joining us with the ski instructors. We had the schools, the club, any sports club in Livigno was joining us on course and during the parade, and then we had a DJ set as well.
Oh yeah, because, I saw that. That was so nice.
But we wanted the athletes to feel this like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So that's what we made. We tried to give their best thing. We wanted them to feel the vibe of being in a world championship event, and I hope they got it. I hope that they felt what we felt, and yeah, it was amazing seeing all the flags, all the national flags coming in. So I really enjoyed it, and I guess we made the best for these people to enjoy Livigno, and enjoy the park, and enjoy the chance they had to participate to the World Championship. So we made our best, and I think up to where we had the possibility to arrive, everything was super smooth and enjoyable.
For sure.
Now, what do we talk about? Is there any scientist online that wants to talk about any kind of things that happen, like the bad luck of having 1 week of events and 5 days of snow and weather? Is there someone that wants us to explain why this happens, or whatever thing that can relate to our days? I'm sorry.
It is very tough right now, of course, but still. We still have 248 viewers. It's actually amazing to see that you're still entertained by us talking.
Talking randomly about anything, and that's super fun.
I love to see it.
Yeah, I appreciate every single person. Like, I'm really thankful. Now,
And
if you have anything you want to know more, let's give us some tips on how to keep on the commentary.
I think we are slowly but surely getting ready for maybe another attempt for the men.
I think so,
The
because
shapers
actually,
are away, so they've been shaping the jump, and I think the snowfall has also stopped. We actually have some sunshine in the park right now.
Yeah.
It is just the wind that is going on right now, and I believe Martin is trying to see what we are able to do right now. Just as a little bit of an explanation, like, we have a limited time window, and there's a certain amount of riders, and I mean, it is very tough to get something happening right now, of course, but still I think that Martin is gonna figure out the best possible solution for everybody involved. Of course, there's gonna be some people that are maybe not agreeing with the decision. That is also something that I admire about Martin. He is able to just go with his opinion, and of course there's always going to be people that are not agreeing on it, but he is just he's a person that really has to pull through with his ideas, pull through with his plan of action, and that is in the end the best case scenario, and Martin is definitely putting on a great job, that is for sure.
I absolutely agree with you. At some point you have to take a decision. Of course, if it's shared, it's better. But at some point, okay, back to the game.
Here
Jack
we go.
of Durapo.
From 0 to 100. First rider, he's going for a straighter and is looking decent from the speed right there. Jacob Durapo for his second jump. Do we have maybe any detailed updates?
No.
So we're just continuing on with the second run. Okay, I like it. So basically, Jacob was a speed checker. It is unfortunate for him because it is his second run. But now Antoni Kukier from Poland on course for his second run, dropping in switch and choosing not to jump. Doesn't feel the speed was right. So of course this is gonna be basically the same as we had it for the women. We are probably gonna see plenty of riders that will not jump because they feel like the speed is not quite there. But maybe we're lucky, maybe we're gonna see some riders at least to get something done.
Just like Avery Krumme from Canada, the last one of the ladies did.
Yeah, she still put something down.
She gave it a try, and she was there. Let's see.
Okay, who is gonna be next? I think we have Aurélien Koubé.
No, it should be Müller Peter from Czech Republic, if we follow the...
Okay, let's see.
The first
I think I see him right there at the start gate.
The one playing with sports.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be interesting to see what he is gonna be able to put down, because I think he already had a very nice first run.
I guess so, because he gave his best already. Like, he's been doing really
Yeah,
great. I also
throughout the
remember
whole
him.
week.
Yeah,
For sure. He has some nice style
to put down.
with that double 14 in run number 1 with the perfect blunt grab, reaching for the tip of his tail. Here we go.
Don't know, let's
Peter
see.
Müller on course, dropping in for his second run. Is he going to be able to get the speed? Oh, he's going for it.
Yeah,
Look at that.
definitely.
Going left side,
That's good.
double cork 1080.
Bravo.
Still putting down at least something, which is very nice to see.
Was
he is
he
hyped on that
shouting? Yeah,
one.
he was.
I think he was hyped on that one for
Definitely.
sure. Probably a little bit less difficult than the first trick he put down, which
Yeah.
was a double 14. Now going for a double cork 1080, but still nice to see. And I think that's also nice to see for the rest of the riders that are still up there, because they saw Peter go for a double 10 and they saw that he cleared the jump.
Exactly.
So
He
that
can-
gives them a good feeling for themselves. They maybe think now, okay, I think I got this too. Peter did it, so can do I.
Exactly. Like breaking the ice, we would say in Italy.
Yeah, exactly.
In
Now,
Italian, like just breaking the nerves.
here we go.
Yeah, and confirming the conditions are good. Now, from Austria, David Bauer.
Here we go. Giving
Now.
it another crack. Mr. Bauer from Austria waiting to drop.
Yeah, it's 260 of us, so I guess everyone knows we are in the middle of heat number 1 for the men. And it's the second run for all the riders. You might have seen that from their live results on Freeski website or on the
Yes.
app. So you might as well be aware of that. But as we are nearly slightly growing with the viewers, we just let you know that we're still in heat number 1 for the men's. Trying to finish off that with a few 20 riders left. So still a long way to go. We just got back after a 20-minute break, pretty much, so riders need to focus. Now on course, David Bauer from Austria.
Here we go. David dropping in switch, looking over the left shoulder, going for a switch left side. Okay, he is not going for a switch left side. Going the safe route, choosing not to jump over his second run, which is totally fine, of course. A little bit depressing probably for him, but that's just how it is right now. Once again, we're trying to do our best here. It is very tough for all the riders. And you know what? I'm just glad that we were able to finish the women's section. So we at least for sure already have one final result of the big air women snowboard actually as well, and free ski women,
Exactly.
which is so nice to see. And who do we have next?
From Norway, Jonas Larsen.
Here we go.
No,
Here we not go. Unfortunate, once again, I think we're going to see a lot of riders pulling out on their second run, because it is just very tough to clear that
Yeah.
jump right now, of course.
I guess no one is giving us any updates, because this is the thing, probably the consideration that have been done at the top. I guess maybe as a professional athlete, being able to see competition directly, but most probably the thing is that either you go for a second run that ameliorates your scores, or you don't risk it at all and
Yeah.
you just finish run number 1, heat number 1, so that we can give it a try for heat number 2 and
Exactly.
3. Otherwise the competition is going to be cancelled anyway, so
And
you
that's
can-
not nice.
Exactly.
That's not the better solution in my opinion.
exactly.
It is better. I mean, of course, for some of the riders, it is not the competition that they are looking for, but that's just how it goes sometimes, and it is better. And at this point, I would say it is all about the community, showing that we all love the sport, and just giving these people that had the opportunity to actually land a decent run or land 2 decent runs, to actually give them the opportunity to have a moment, to have that moment of greatness, to maybe be able to step on that podium. And of course, I believe that if we are going to be able to get something going, that all of these people that are going to be on the podium will be so grateful for every single competitor that actually went for it, and maybe just did a safe route, as we've seen it a couple runs now, and give them basically the chance to get a decent result.
Yeah, the thing for Martijn is now to be able to. He doesn't know. I mean, what I feel from here, but it's just my feeling because I'm not there and we don't have the radio connected and I don't know the strategy behind it. But as we've said many times during this live stream, looking at the weather conditions, is that we're trying to do the best to give the athletes the safest possible conditions. So I guess even if we're going for a solution where the athletes just ride down to finish off the heat, Martin, as a contest director, wants to give everyone the same chance. And for example, we've seen at the end of round number 2 for the ladies, Krume Avery giving it and trying the best for her on her second run, whilst the other might have just ride down super easily. So what we need now is to be able to have the same conditions, the same safe conditions, and then it's up to the athlete to decide what he wants to do. But we cannot say that the strategy is just to have everyone riding down and maybe not even jump. The strategy is to make sure everyone has the conditions to come down. Then it's up to them to decide whether they want to jump or they just want to ride down and let the time for heat number 2 and heat number 3 to happen. This is what we don't know, but we know we're short in time because on the first plan that we had for today, for Saturday, we planned to have Freeski big air qualification they were planned at 12 o'clock and it's now 12:30 and it's an hour 15 minutes of training and reshaping. So I think Martijn also needs to face this. If we finish this second run for heat number 1, it's going to be, I would say, at least around 1:45. Then it means that we're going to 2 o'clock, and then we stick to just the qualification for the second and third heat because I don't think we can manage to have something more than that. Unfortunately, but everyone is aware of that. So I think this is the plan. I don't know, guys. I'm just wondering because we don't have any other weather day and we still have 2 heats to run down and it's more than 40 people. So for 2 runs, that's what it takes to be able to finish off the day. So I'm just guessing this is what it would look like.
Very tough right now, of course.
Not wise snowboarders.
I think they're gonna go for a side slip or a speed check. No, they're just gonna go for a speed check.
If it's doable.
He went for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting to see.
That's cool anyway to see snowboarders coming down during a freestyle thing and finding out if the situation is doable or not. Now we can guess anything, JJ.
Yeah,
we can guess.
We have no idea what's gonna happen right now.
It can be snowboard finals, another snowboarder dropping in, or we
don't know what's happening, but at least you get to enjoy some riding right now. Snowboarders trying to get over it. Definitely not gonna be easy to get something done today, and I really do hope that we are able to get at least something going. Look at this. This is what it's all about. The snowboarders helping out the free skiers, side slipping, the in run. Shout out to all of these guys. I think that is actually the best thing to do right now, to just snowboarders helping free skiers that they can get something done, because I don't think that there's any chance for the snowboarders to have a final. So definitely much appreciated the help of all of the snowboarders right now to side slip the course, get that thing nice and fast again, to be able to actually finish the competition round number 1 of qualification for the men as well. Look at that, I love it. All the snowboarders helping out. One community on the mountain. That is what we love to see, bringing these 2 sports together. Oh, some people are still jumping. Crazy to see. Really not quite sure what is happening right now, but
yeah, we're just guessing and just taking a look and then
it is all right though.
Yeah, it is definitely, but it's cool though. This is what the community is all about, people helping each other, and this wouldn't have happened, like, I can say 5-6 years ago, no, maybe more, but snowboarders and free skiers were just two different planets, and now today seeing them on course to be able to help a free ski final happen, it's just amazing. I mean, it's super cute and super cool, and this is what the community is all about. So
For sure.
we're thankful for that.
Oh, look at that.
Hello, you realize you're caught on camera. Hello, good afternoon. Once again.
The vibes are still high, as you can see. And let's see if we're gonna have something happening. I think Martin is just talking to all of the coaches and free skiers that are still up there on the start gate. We're gonna have more information, hopefully soonish. Let's see. I believe we're like in the middle of run number 2 for that first heat of men.
Yeah.
So almost finished with that first heat, and yeah, I'm not sure how much time there's left to still get this competition rolling. I really do hope that we are able to get something happening, something going.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been
It is
texting and trying to find out some
is
information
very
as
tough.
whatever. We don't have the radio, but that doesn't make a lot of difference as long as any decision are not taken. Otherwise, we would have been informed. And yeah, it's just checking out with the riders coming in. It might be we go for a shorter version and then it's snowboard finals, because it's just 15 riders who need to drop down 2 runs, other than having other 44 skiers for 2 runs. Then it's like 30 runs instead of 80 and more that we still
That is actually
should look
an
like that.
interesting thought. I didn't think of that.
I don't know, I'm just guessing because
No.
I saw the snowboarders coming in, so I think maybe not to waste any chances, he might go for snowboard finals, but that's just what we're guessing, guys. We still don't have a concrete information on that, and yeah, that's basically
just
what
have
it
to
is.
wait and see.
Yeah, you
Just
wait
have
and
to
see
wait.
and have a look. In the meantime, I see Marco Rocca, the CEO of Mottolino, who just got in to take a look at the finals. He had the chance to come up a few times. I'm really thankful to him for making him happen, and together with him it's Ian Rocca that coordinated everything together with me for this week of competitions. Yeah, moving down to the starting point, there might be some news happening, or no, not yet, probably still just confronting and finding out what's best to do for that. It's a hell of a day, unfortunately.
It is one hell of a day for sure.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys eating from home. Me and JJ are being taken a plate of pasta, which we are looking at since a while, because we need
Nice
to
and
chit chat
Italian.
with you, and it's like, okay, I am
It is nice though.
so hungry at the moment. So I don't know. What are you guys eating, or are you planning to eat? Are you going out? Are you cooking something? Are you having a brunch, or are you having a lunch?
Ooh, I mean, it's Easter Saturday, so maybe
Yeah,
they
that's
have
right.
an Easter brunch.
That's right.
I'm gonna have one tomorrow, so.
I
looking
didn't
forward to
realize that. Oh, I didn't realize that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
me neither. I kind of forgot about all of these things, but
Out of time.
yeah, just not really into it anymore.
I just know that I didn't buy any Easter egg, therefore I need to go and get one, because
Yeah, for your
that's
children,
what Easter.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
need some presents for the children.
Exactly.
Gotta get some.
Well, actually, I'm still lucky because they're young, so they're looking at the surprise, and I can get the chocolate, which the Easter egg is all about. But
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
different kind of Easter eggs, and I've seen the After Eight, so the minty one that made me curious.
Yeah, that must be good.
Guys, have you ever watched a live stream where we talk about Easter eggs? It's
I mean,
here.
you haven't. It's a premiere. We are trying everything to keep you entertained, and it is somehow working. We are still having
Exactly.
226 people
Yeah.
in the chat, and once again we are informing you that we are currently on hold. Martijn, our race director that you see up there with the white beanie, is really having a tough time today.
Okay.
He has to make a decision pretty soonish, I believe,
Yeah.
if there's anything that we can make happen. I think the easiest or the most possible solution is gonna be having a snowboard final, because we already had the qualification for the snowboarders, and as you said before, there's only 15 riders, so possibly 30 runs, which is way more plausible than, say, have another qualification round for Freeski heat number 2 and 3.
Which is more than 80 and
yeah,
something.
like 80 or even more runs happening, which is a little bit less plausible, but at the moment anything is looking very tough, so we really do hope that we can provide anything for you in this afternoon. But in any case, once again, big shout out to all of the viewers. It is very, very tough for us today, but what do we have here? Oh, greetings from Poland.
Hi.
Thank you. Yeah, we try our best to entertain you.
Yeah, and as
Not
a message
easy.
for the FIS people who are streaming together with us, if we do this way and if we keep going like this for another hour, we definitely deserve an Easter egg at the bottom of the lift.
Please.
So I think that my request is not about budget, it's not about extra money, of course.
We just want chocolate.
We just want the chocolate. I think me and JJ absolutely deserve, just like everyone else, but...
I mean, everybody deserves some chocolate.
Of course,
right
but
now.
me and you have been talking about this to the guys and tried to keep you updated and posted and not to lose the focus, and still we made it without any minute of silence.
We're trying it.
So yeah, we're trying it, but if you guys reckon we deserve an Easter egg, a chocolate Easter egg, then I think show us some support and let the FIS people know that we deserve the chocolate. Okay, we see from the announcer cabin some snowboarders jumping.
Yes.
We don't understand if it's a speed check, but that's...
We really don't know what's
JJ?
happening right now. We don't have any information at all. So there has nothing been communicated towards us. But as I said before, in my opinion, the most reasonable thing to do would be
snowboarders are dropping down one after the other.
to have the snowboard finals, because we only have 15 riders. But I mean, it is still very, very much hard to jump and to get over the jump. So I don't know, we're gonna have news hopefully in a little bit, and we will definitely keep you updated in the meantime. Yeah, it's just too much wind, and also it is a lot of wind, and it is very unpredictable. Like, it is not consistent wind, it is very gusty. I don't know if you can say that, but there's a lot of wind gusts coming in every now and then, which is heavier winds than we are used to. So definitely a very, very tough situation that we are in right now. But I think what they're going for, from what I can see, they're trying. Oh, they're doing rock, paper, scissors to decide who has to drop. I love it. They're making a game out of it.
I mean, that's the only way you can approach the games.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now doesn't seem like there's something happening like crucial. So I take the chance to greet as well. That was a good one, though. Yeah.
It went pretty far.
Yeah, we saw that from the announcer cabin. I just wanted to greet my colleague, my dear colleague Alice, who's watching from home, and she's being really helpful behind the scenes. She prepared the beeps, she prepared the graphics, she prepared everything that is connected. She's unfortunately, cannot be said, never be said, but she's the graphic designer that works with me. So grazie Alice for the great work that you have been doing in the office. It's a behind the scene thing that I still didn't talk about, but she took care of the communication of the event and she did amazingly. So thank you. She must be home with her cats most probably, but or watching us from home. She's also given me a great support in finding out if the audio was connected or not. So okay, someone says snowboard finals is 3 runs each, so 45 runs in total. They'll try and finish the skiers is my guess. Yeah, it might as well be. It's a good thing, it's a good guess, but maybe we go for just 2 runs at the end instead of the 3 that were planned.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because that's also what went down for the women's. Like at the start of this day, we were trying to get 3 runs for the women's free skiers right at the start of the day, but then we had the first delay of half an hour, which was the reason for us to only give the ladies 2 runs. And I don't believe that if the snowboarders final is gonna go down, that we're gonna have 3 runs, which is unfortunate, of course, because it is a classic big air final.
Yeah.
But still, if anything is gonna happen, we're gonna see most likely the snowboarders final with a 2 runs format, best run counts, which is very unfortunate because it's not the classic big air final format. But still, in my opinion, that is the most reasonable thing to do right now.
Yeah.
But we still don't have any information. So as soon as we get any information, we're gonna pass it right on to you guys in the stream. I really, really do hope that we can do something.
Oh, in-run is low because of new snow. Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only information that we got right now. In-run is slow because of the new snow. Well, very much obviously we are seeing that. But in any case, I think the big bosses are discussing what is gonna happen right now down at the rail. Martijn and is it Rocco?
I don't know.
Mr. Rocco, the CEO?
No. Mr. Rocca is in the, I guess, in the small shelter and he's wearing total black and.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't know. Ian, I'm sorry, I don't recognize you here.
Well, at least it's Martijn.
Martijn for sure. Yeah. Martijn Östik.
So it is 15 minutes until we have 1 o'clock. And my guess, I don't want to be pessimistic, I'm realistic right now. I believe if we get to 1 o'clock, we're gonna have the final decision of today. I don't want to say anything, I don't have any idea what's gonna happen, but I believe at 1 o'clock we're gonna have the final decision of what is gonna happen for today. I'm pretty certain about this, at least.
Okay. Now Killian is telling me they are still discussing what to do. They let some snowboarders to test the speed.
Okay. So still no clear answer, but as I said before, I believe at least at 1 o'clock we're gonna have a final decision of what we are going to see in this afternoon. I really do hope that we're gonna see some snowboard action or freeski action, it doesn't matter. At least have a little bit of action that we can, guys, provide you with. Really do hope that something is gonna happen, even though the weather is very much not good.
Yeah. If you have some questions you guys want to let us know, you're more than welcome, because me and JJ, I've been talking for now 3 hours, so it might be good to have some inputs. I don't think we have many other people into the live stream, and you've been hearing us talking about pretty much everything, and our desire to have a chocolate Easter egg, and that was done, and I can repeat that now. And Alice, don't cry at home because I love you, and I am going to cry very soon, and you know why. So if you have some tips, some things that you want to ask us, anything about the future of the snowboard, the summer season, Whatever, anything. I mean,
really.
anything we
Just
can talk about.
Ask away. Maybe nothing about math, because I'm very bad at mathematician. I'm like very bad, so maybe something snowboard related or Freeski related
or
would be
Livigno
appreciated.
related,
Or
or
Livigno related, of course.
Or if there's again the guy that was talking to us about the snowstorm, the sandstorm, bringing
maybe
in
some more input on that. That
on
would be
science,
nice.
on things
Some
that
science
happens.
inputs for
Or
all the viewers.
I don't know. Tell us where you are from and where you usually shred the mountain.
Yeah.
I mean, would be interesting to know if Estonia has some mountains to shred, or if I'm just talking randomly, guys. I'm just asking random questions, so don't get me bad. I'm just trying to find some inputs to keep you entertained while waiting for
Or maybe
things to happen. JJ, will you be at Corvas ECP?
Yes, I am gonna be at the Euro Cup in Corvach. I am not entirely sure how we're gonna run it, because it's also gonna be a test event for the World Championships in Corvach next year, for the half pipe at least. So I'm not entirely sure how much I'm gonna be there, but I'm gonna be there for the live stream on Wednesday for the slopestyle finals, and then I'm not sure if I'm gonna be up on the mountain for the qualification of Big Air to do on-site speaking. I would really love to, because I feel like there's a little bit more freedom to it, but I will be in Corvach for sure. In any case, it's gonna be a good time. And that's actually a good question from Mr. Durepo.
Which
and
one?
That's a question for you. I don't know. I mean, I have one restaurant, the brewery.
Yeah, of course, the best food in Livigno. Well, okay, let's consider a couple of things that are super important. First of all, I'm Italian, and I couldn't say if I had to choose between pasta or pizza, what would be the one I would choose for the rest of my life, because I could not give up to any of the two. But that's most of an Italian point of view. Then pasta can be done differently, in a different way.
In so many different ways, actually.
So many different ways, and pizza as well. Just guys, don't tell me in the chat there's someone eating pizza with
pineapple,
because I would never ever talk to you again. You can switch off the live stream for me. But in my opinion,
pineapple on pizza is totally fine.
Yeah, in your opinion, but it's not desired. As a Swiss guy, let me talk about pizza and you talk about the great, amazing chocolate you guys produce.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's be fair on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, of course we're joking, guys. So we are not making anything serious out of that. But I cannot stand pizza, people putting pineapple on pizza or ketchup on the pasta. Okay, if that's clear, I'm Italian. I cannot understand that, or I cannot. Whatever. I'm not going on talking about that, because then someone else would say,
best
comment.
Restaurant,
best restaurant.
Give it to us.
Well, the best food. Okay. We have opened a new restaurant at the bottom of Mottolino, which is called Cosmo Taste the Mountain, and is actually a very good restaurant to try out some different kind of cuisine, which is a mountain food, sustainable mountain food. What we cook is only plates and dishes that come from raw material being prepared on the mountains. So we are 1,800 meters of altitude. We cannot cultivate that much. And the food that we bring into the kitchen is being brought from the territories with the highest beer in Europe, and it's called 1,816 because it recalls the altitude above the sea level, where you can get either pizza or some other food, comfort food, easy food like chicken or something, and that's amazing anyway. Wait a second, we have a communication. Aspetta che ho chiuso.
Race has been cancelled.
Siamo ancora online?
Sì, dite che è chiuso e finito.
Ah, davvero?
Hanno cancellato.
Okay, and we finally have informations on the competition.
Yeah.
And Alessia, do you want to bring the unfortunate news?
Yeah, I think you guys are seeing that unfortunately riders are leaving. The race has been cancelled. I'm about to cry after 3 hours of keeping you here and staying here.
It's okay.
After so much effort we put into that, race is cancelled. That's
Okay.
not the good news.
It is no good news, of course, and I am also very sorry that we couldn't make it happen. But you know what? I am still very hyped on what we were able to put down this week. I mean, it was insane. Like, the weather that we were dealing with, the delays, and just everything around it. It was very, very tough, and I have to say,
Yeah.
you did an amazing job anyways, Alessia. Thank you so much for having me as well. Also to all the staff members. This was probably one of the hardest competitions to hold down,
Yeah.
and we still somehow managed to get a couple results in, so it wasn't for nothing, first of all. Second of all, we did 3 or 4 live streams.
Yeah?
4 live streams.
4.
And 4 live streams that were amazing for me as well. I had an amazing time up here. It was so nice to see all of the support from around the world. I enjoyed it a lot. Of course, it is unfortunate that we have to cancel it on this note, but in any case, thank you so much for everything, and I hope I get to see you very soon again.
So Jonas Janker here with me commenting. Is it correct the way I'm pronouncing? Yes?
Yes,
Jonas Janker?
yes, you can also call me just JJ.
JJ has
Yeah.
been doing an amazing job here. I want to thank you for being so precious in giving me such a help. Of course, I hope the best for your career up
Thank
to
you,
now,
thank
definitely.
you.
But I'm pretty sure that there is another chance for you in the announcing field because you've
For
been
sure.
doing great. You've been such a help. And this morning, after 3 hours of talking together, we can
Still
sign a contract
Yeah.
officially because we held it so well.
nice.
I want to thank everyone from home. You are still 184 people watching from home. So thank you for staying tuned. Thank you from people from all over the world that has been connected with us and kept staying here with us. It has been a pleasure. I am so sorry we couldn't do anything to manage the weather. I hope to see you in the future. Remember to stay tuned on Mottolino Livigno and Livigno channel to find out more about what's coming up in the next years before the Olympic Games are about to start. We are a freestyle destination, so many other events and news are coming up for you guys. Watching from all over the world, we are waiting for you to shred our slopes. Sorry to say that the FIS slopestyle MB gear is over, but it was a blast. Thanks to you watching, and thanks to all the riders for coming here in Mottolino Livigno. See you in the future.
Goodbye.